so much of managing costs in the commercial insurance marketplace is getting yourself in the strongest negotiation position possible so that you can create interest with insurance companies, because when insurance companies compete with each other, the customer wins. But they only compete with each other if it's something that they want to insure.
Yeah, and it's not just the auto side, which we're talking about now, but making yourself presenting yourself in the best foot that you can, in the best light that you can, and whether that's maintenance of property and upkeep, whether that's maintenance of vehicles, you talked about that, the training that goes on, either with recognizing abuse or driver training, all food safety. I mean, we haven't even talked about that. We will maybe at some point another one, but all of those kinds of things can present yourself well. And it's a combination of, okay, you've got the school that's doing its part. Now you got to have the agent that understands the marketplace and is doing his part to take you to the right people. It goes back to, again, I mentioned relationship earlier. You got to have a relationship with your broker who understands what you do on a day-to-day basis and can articulate that to an underwriter. There's no benefit in we're working with at a renewal 5 different brokers because the underwriter's confused. The underwriter says, well, we don't know who you really want to work with. So to your point, you need to pick that broker on the front end before you go out to the marketplace. You don't need to show up on 5 different people's desk because that doesn't look very good from an underwriting standpoint. That's confusing to them and it looks like you're desperate. So picking a broker who understands the market, who has access to the markets that you need access to, that's important to understand as well. Well, yeah, I got a friend and he can do my home and he can do my auto, but he can't do my school. And, I got a perfect example of that with a client that we worked with and transitioned over to our agency about 2 or 3 years ago, where it was that scenario. It was, I got an agent, he does my home, he does my auto, he does my boat, all that kind of stuff. And we got to having a conversation and I said, does he understand what you do here at the school? Does he have markets for the school? We're just asking those kind of conversations. Then we get further down the process and we understand that he doesn't have any markets. These people are in excess and surplus coverage. He has no markets for schools at all. And so we had to navigate that. He actually had situations where they didn't have coverage in certain spots because it wasn't available or it was too costly or he didn't know how to acquire it. And so, there's nothing wrong with having an agent for your home and auto and your boat, but they're probably not the same guy that needs to be doing your school.